welcome back to a new video on BBIG. This time we're looking at what we've seen with BBIG in the past week. I just want to give a few of my opinions going forwards into this upcoming week. So the reason why I wanted to start filming on a Sunday is because I want to cover a few of the stocks that we didn't really get the opportunity to look at towards the end part of last week. So for those of you who do not know, I was quite ill in the past week. I spoke about this both on Discord and here on YouTube on our community post. It's nothing too serious, just a bit of flu, but an unfortunate side effect of this was the fact that I lost my voice. As you can still hear right now, it does sound quite rough. But yeah, I lost my voice, and of course I can't really film videos using my voice if it isn't there at the time. So now I'm back. Again, it does sound quite rough, but I think I'm getting better now, and I do hope that we can get back to filming more and more into this upcoming week. So again, I have a lot to speak about with you guys tonight. I know BBIG is going to be our first video, as you can tell. Hopefully we get more and more content out tonight. I'll just have to see, and again, hopefully more content is coming in the next week if my health does continue to improve. A few things to note before we do enter the video. One, of course, this is not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions, make your own opinions. Another thing that I want to talk about is, of course, if you can subscribe, it would be great. We are trying to grow the channel as fast as possible. And the third and final thing is going to be the fact that we are actually doing a Christmas fundraiser. I'm telling you guys early so that we can hopefully raise as many funds as possible. Basically, we're doing a fundraiser for Save the Children. It will appear above the title of this video if you are on mobile. You need to flip it into portrait rather, and you will see the donate button. If you can donate, 100% of funds do go to Save the Children, and we're just trying to help, some kids to have a bit of a better life, especially coming up to Christmas. So all donations are massively appreciated. But now we're going to jump into the video. So we're going to start off here. We're going to look at the simple charts and just quickly analyze what we're seeing for BBIG in the past week, and then acknowledge why. So the past week specifically for BBIG has seen a big drop. So from last Monday till where we are right now, coming into next Monday, we've seen a decrease in price from highs up here of $8.79. We're coming down now to $5.19, so we're touching $9 almost. And again, looking at the past month, it is really a mixed story with BBIG. The first thing to note is that we have had this massive rise, which took us from lows of $5 anyway, and quickly put us on highs, like I said, close to $9. So initially I thought this wasn't the worst thing in the world, and I think what we saw with BBIG was somewhat hard to predict. But what we saw is, of course, massive speculation going into the stock. People think, this is just my personal opinion by the way, but we had people thinking that one thing was a main catalyst, which means that the stock was going to explode on a particular date. And of course, when that doesn't happen, we get people a bit panicked, we get people perceiving things as bad that are not necessarily bad at all, and we just get a lot of misinformation spread around. So from what I can tell, in my personal opinion, you may have a differing opinion, I may be wrong, but from what I can tell, I think the main reason why BBIG dropped is because of extreme speculation and ultimately a lack of knowledge as to what was going on. And unfortunately, this has brought us back down to the $5 range, which has of course taken all of the momentum out of our big push and caught a lot of people, including myself actually, out of a lot of money. So where we are with BBIG now, what is going to happen for this stock? Well, it is unclear, but I think what I'm looking for are two things going forward into the next week. I have, again, a bullish case and a bearish case. You guys will know I like to give you two cases because, of course, it makes you see both sides of the picture, and it also allows you to make your own opinions up. Now, the first case I'm looking at, the bullish case, is going to be the fact that we have bounced off that support, above $5 again, which is fantastic. Like I said, in the past month, coming back to this period here, $5/4.95 at the low end was a very, very nice support. So ultimately, I'm looking for a dip in a worst case scenario down to $5 or $4.95. And again, if we can remain supporting there, that would be nice. So far, though, we appear to be supporting nicely in this range, which is very good. And actually towards the end of the day we had a push up. Now coming into after hours we actually saw a bigger push up like I mentioned, but we're just looking at the actual trading hours here. So in the trading hours we did actually have that push up, which is good as well, and again it does show that we have actually found a bit of growth towards the end of the day. So what I'm talking about now is the potential of this one dropping a little bit lower, but I ideally want to see this one remain above $5. I think if we remain above $5, great, we have that potential to see more growth, and of course to potentially see a bit of a reversal in trend, because from what I can tell BBIG does still look relatively good, from a short squeeze play potential in my opinion. I think going forwards we are still in a relatively okay position with BBIG. Again, this all depends on, like I always say, how people in general feel about the stock going forwards. Are we going to have more buying pressure than we have selling pressure? Are we going to have more and more people get involved in this movement, and are we going to have people continuing to hold their shares? Again, that is all going to be crucial data going forwards in my personal opinion. But of course what I also want to talk about is the potential for a bearish scenario with BBIG. And again, this is what I do not really want to see going forwards into the next week, but it is absolutely possible, and you guys know I do like to inform you as to both sides, because the risks with any investment is a real thing, and anybody who tells you that risk potential isn't there or a risk potential is minimum is probably not being 100% honest with you. I think in a worst case scenario, what we could see with BBIG, and what we absolutely do not want to see, is this one drop below the, I would say, about the 490 range, and the simple reason for that is because, like I said, we've dropped massively from the near $9 price where we were in the past couple of days, and on top of that, guys, if we break down to the 490s, we will of course have lost our support at the $4.95/$5 mark, and that would be a bad sign. Now, of course, if we break down past that support, the question that I'm asking rather is going to be, are we going to see interest in BBIG continue to reduce? It is absolutely possible that after this big drop, after people have had the weekend to think about it, this one could start to see more of a dip. But again, that is a bearish scenario, not necessarily guaranteed to happen. It's just looking at both sides. But what we're going to do now is look at the technicals, and then I'll give a few more of my thoughts going forwards into the next week. So the 1 day, well, the moving average is at 513, I believe it is. This is slightly below the 520 that we're on right now, simply due to the fact that we have had that big push up at the end of the day. It did obviously catch out this moving average, so you would expect that. Coming out here to the RSI, that's on 58, so 60 is a little bit overbought. Again, only 10 points towards overbought, so it's not too bad, especially considering that 80 is the actual overbought mark. So I'm not too worried about that, but it is just a little bit higher than neutral. Coming down to the MACD right now, we appear to be quite neutral on that as well, but actually above the line, which is a bullish sign anyway, which is good. The 5-day data for this period is of course showing this big decline, and we are still sat on that moving average. The RSI hit figure down here is at 61. So this has been all over the place in the past week. Of course, it has been oversold for a time period here, and now we are climbing up because of this rise that we have had. And again, BBIG for the most part going into Friday was sat quite still, sat quite flat, and actually the RSI was coming very close to being oversold again, but then we actually had that massive spike up and it caught out this RSI, which of course is leaving it sat a little bit higher than you may expect. Now the MACD is now becoming bullish after this rise towards the end of the day as well, which is nice to see. The trend on the 1 month is still destroyed though, and I do believe this may be the case for a while to come. So the RSI trend is now looking bearish in my opinion. So the RSI is coming down to 41 right now, so that's a little bit low, but it's not too bad as well. Again, it's only about 9 points away from neutral, so I'm not too worried about this one, especially considering that we have had that massive sell-off in the past week. The MACD figure for this time period is now becoming bearish again, as you would expect, and the moving average again is set at 632. That is higher than you would expect because, of course, it's higher than where we are right now, and you would expect that simply due to the fact that we have had that massive sell-off and it has not had time to catch up, because it's a lagging indicator tracking the past 50 days. So what's happening with BBIG going forwards into the next week. Honestly, I still think there is a lot of bullish potential with this stock. I think a lot of people have seen this one and actually seen it as an opportunity to load up on a stock that they believe in. Of course, a lot of people on the other hand are quite bearish on the stock right now. They're looking to other stocks on the market that are performing extremely well at the moment. And again, the question right now is, are we going to find that balance, and are we going to find it towards the bullish side? Are we going to start to see people again remain bullish on the stock, become more bullish on the stock, and actually continue to buy, which of course would have an influence on the price going forwards? If we do have that bullish message behind the stock and that bullish sentiment, great. I think we're still in a good position going forwards, but of course it does all depend on what people believe going forwards into the next week. Is BBIG finished? Absolutely not, in my opinion. Again, the numbers may affect that data, the data may change as time goes on, but from where I'm standing, is BBIG finished just because it has had the drop that it has had? Absolutely not. There is more at play than that. And I think going forwards into next week, we do have that potential now to see a bit of a recovery. Again, it's not guaranteed, it's not confirmed yet in my opinion either, but I just think where we are right now is 50-50. I just wanted to make a video telling you guys as to both sides. So thank you for participating and watching the video. Again, please donate to our fundraiser if you can, and hopefully I'll see you all again in another video later, either today or tomorrow. Thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you'll be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.